Hello, my name is Shixun Yuan. I'm a current graduate student at Chulalongkorn University in Thailand. This paper I will be presenting today is titled Effect of Social Activeness on Labor Participation among Middle-aged and Older Adults in China. Next, I will introduce four aspects of this study. Well, first of all is the background of the topic. This study is based on the set of aging in China. According to data from the World Health Organization, an aging society is defined as a population aged 65 and above, which account for over 7% of the total population. Well, by this definition, China has begun to enter an aging society, and it is predicted that aging in China will become more serious in the future. Well, population aging, borrowing with the change in quantity, quality, and structure of the population, that will fundamentally change the pattern of social governance. So fully consider the characteristic and the demand of the elderly and creating an economic and social environment that's suitable for the full population of the elderly has become an essential part of promoting social governance. China is committed to create social participation suitable for them, such as community activity, volunteer services, and education. However, some scholars have also suggested that more encouragement should be given of the middle-aged and elderly people to participate in the labor force, which is of practical significance in uh, alleviating of the problem brought about by the aging population, such as the decrease in labor supply and the increase in social burden. In past study on labor participation on the middle-aged and elderly people in China, they usually based on the personal characteristic, family factors, social factors, and other perspective. However, the impact of social participation on labor participation of elderly has been neglected. There are two views of the link between the social participation and labor participation. The first is the social participation enhance information exchange, improve interaction, promote social capital, and influence the labor force participation. People with a rich social capital have more useful employment information and higher probability to find a job that matches their abilities. And social participation borrowing a variety of health information sharing. We're also increasing their health knowledge, meaning that human and social capital of elderly can be improved, laying the foundation of them to be able to participate in the workforce activities. Well, second views argued that social participation is currently not highly knowledge-based and is more about recreations, which do not contribute to the labor participation. So, do current social participation enhance the social and human capital needed for the middle-aged and older people to participate in the labor force? Is a question that the paper hope to study. Well, this paper used a national sample using data from 2018 Charles database, which include people aged 45 and over, and include household condition, economic access, and community condition, and the respondent's situation. Well, next is the dependent variable. Well, the dependent variable is the number of hours worked per year, which is a continuous variable based on three levels of the questions. How many months, how many days, and how many hours did you work on average in the past years? Using these formulas to do it and do the log treatment. And the main explanatory variable is social participation, which is measured in four ways. Based on the question on social activities, have you done any of those activities in the last month? The first measured is a binary variable equal to 0 if the respondents did not do any social activities in past years, and equal to 1 if they did at least one of the activities in past months. Well, second is divided the activity in the questionnaire into three categories. The leisure activities, help others, and the learning activities. Well, the final measure is social activeness, uses formula to calculate it. Well, and in terms of the control variable selections, apart from choosing social participation as the core variables, other variables such as age, gender, education level, health situation has been added too. And paper in literature reviews also typically use social security, income, and so on as the control variables, which will be added in this paper. Well, the measurement of the labor force participation is the number of hours worked per year, which is a continuous variable. Therefore, an ordinary least square model can be used for the regression analysis to analyze the relationship between the social participation and labor participation. The model can be written as follows. Next is the result. From the column 1 to 4, aspect for the helping other in column 3, which shows a positive correlation with the number of hours worked per year, and well, the learning activities, which is not significant. The rest of the explanatory variable are negatively correlated with the number of hours worked per year. The likely reasons is that social participation crowd out the labor participation, and since both things require a large investment of the time, population in social activities may therefore lead to the reductions of the labor participation time. While helping others activity are positively associated with the number of hours worked per year, which may be due to the factor that helping others wider the social ties and facilitates access to the social network related to the labor participation, so increasing the opportunity of labor participation. On the whole, well, the social participation of middle-aged and older adults like to reduce the motivation of them to participate in the labor force. This paper makes suggestions on how to balance the social participation and the labor force participation, as well as how to increase the labor force participation of middle-aged and elderly. Mm, we suggest that the enterprise should have some flexible employment policy so that the middle-aged and older adult can have the opportunity to allocate their time according to their need. And employment services center for the middle-aged and elderly should be set up to burden the information channel for the labor participation so that middle-aged and older adults who want to enter the labor market can easily get the information and find the suitable jobs. That's all. Thank you so much.